Hello class. Today we should do 2.5 on equation of linear and linear models. So the equation of linear, so we did talk about on 2.4, we did talk about the slope. Remember the rise over run I went over, and we did also found the domain and the range. So now we have to reach to the equation of the of lines. So definition first. So definition. The point slope form. So the point slope form of the equation of the line with slope. So we already know now the slope. With slope m passing through the point x1 and x and y1. I did went over last time in class, but there was a lot of options. That's why maybe you didn't get me yet, but I have to repeat it so you can follow me as flowing. So the equation of the slope. So if the line is passing by a point, so the equation will looks like this, and that point have the coordinate x1 and y1 will be y1, y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Remember the x1, sorry. Remember the coordinate is x1 and y1. That's the coordinate x1 and y1. That's the coordinate of the point when the line passing up by that point, okay? And they ask you to find the slope. So the slope is just the m, and the equation of the line is this one. Okay, that's the definition. Now let me give you some examples so you can understand. Example 1, example. So example, if they ask you write an equation, example, write an equation. So write an equation of the line through the point. Let's see, that point is -4 and 1, having a slope of -3. Okay. So first, you remember the x1 and y1. That coordinate is just -4 and 1. X1 is -4 and y1 is 1. Okay, and then now you can just apply the formula y minus y1 is equal to m. Remember the m is a slope times x minus x naught, x1. So now you can just replace it. So you will have y minus parenthesis 1, and then you have m parenthesis x minus parenthesis -1. If you don't put the parentheses, it's wrong. So you have always to put the parentheses. Now the slope here, the m is nothing than -1, no, -3. M is equal to -3, and now you can replace it. You have 1y minus 1 is equal to -3 parenthesis x plus 4. Okay, that's the equation of the line. But I advise you to not stop here. So you have to distribute them. You have y is equal to, move the 1 outside, it will be positive. It will be 1 negative. Distribute inside, you have 3 times x is -3x. And then you have -12. Y is equal to 3x, and then now you can add them up. One take away -12 is -11. So this one is your equation of the line. That's it. So another example, suppose now you have a point passing by 2 points, a line passing by 2 points, and they ask you to find the equation of the line. First of all, you have to find the slope. So when you find the slope, you just have to choose either one to find x, to put it on it, and just find the y1 and y and x1 and y1. That's it. Another example. The example I'm giving you is different tactic, so you have to use. Okay, it's not the same way you have to use. Remember this one, they give you the equation, they give you a point, and the line is passing by that point, and they ask you to, and they give you also the slope, and they ask you to find the equation of the line. The second one, I have to give you another example, and the example, it will be, they give you 2 points. Okay. Let's see, I give you right. Let's see, they ask you to find the right an equation. Write an equation of the line through the point -3 and 2 and -2 and -4. Okay, here is the equation. So either way, you can write down the equation as y is equal to axb. It doesn't matter, okay? Or ax plus by is equal to c. Either way is fine. As long as you didn't say anything, you can write down the equation either way you like it. Okay? So here is they ask you, okay, you have 2 points now, and the line is passing by 2 points. The first things you have to find is to find the equation of the line. That's the first things you have to do. So remember, first of all, write down the equation of the line, and remember the equation of the line by definition is equal to y is equal to m y minus y1. That's the general equation. If you look at on the top here, the definition, by definition here, you have that equation. You have always to write down that equation first. So you have y minus y1 is equal to m parenthesis x minus x1. Okay, write down this one first. So now the question you should ask is, m is given? No, m is not given. So we have to find the m. What's the m? M is a slope. So we have to find the m first. So since we have 2 points, it will be easy for us. Remember the slope, which is we call it m. M is the slope, okay? And the slope is rise over run. Remember the rise is the y-axis, okay? Is the rate of change of the y-axis divided by rate of change of the x-axis. So the y is equal to dy, the slope is dy divided by dx. What does it mean? It's the difference. You have 2 points, take the difference of the y. So if you choose this one, make sure you choose the same thing as the x, okay? Choose the first point, which is the y here is just the 2 minus parenthesis -4 divided by -3 minus 2. That's the way you have to do it, okay? Don't ever write down 2 minus parenthesis -4 divided by 2 minus 3 is wrong, okay? Remember here, the point you have here, that point, look at here, the point you have, -3 and 2, that point is right here, -3 and 2, got it? And 2 -4 is right here, 2 -4, got it? Okay, good. Now, let's move on. You have the slope m is equal to 2 plus 4 divided by -5. Okay. And you will end up having 6 divided by -5. M is equal to -6 divided by 5. This is your slope. Okay, let's move on. So now you can have y is equal to y minus y1 is equal to m parenthesis x minus x1. That's it. And you know you already have m. M is a slope. Now you can use either point. It will be fine. Okay, no worries. You can use either point, but the best one is just to use a first one or second one. It doesn't matter. But use the -3 and 2. That point. So here you can have remember x1 and y1. That's your first point. It will be -3 and 2. Okay. So y minus 2 is equal to -6 divided by 5 parenthesis x minus x1. And x1 is nothing than -3. So y minus 2 is equal to -6 divided by 5x. Negative times negative is positive. With the negative, it will become negative. So you will have a -6 divided by 5 times 3. Got it? And now you can have y minus 2 is equal to -5 divided by -6 divided by 5x. And then you can have a -18y because 6 times 3 is 18 divided by 5. And now you can move the 2 outside. You can have y is equal to -6 divided by 5x plus 2 minus 18 divided by 5. Make sure you keep going, don't stop. Y is equal to -6 divided by 5x. And then you can have plus 10 minus 18 divided by 5. And you will have y is equal to -6 divided by 5x, -8 divided by 5. And that's it. That's your equation. Let me know if you have any question. Okay? Good. And you can also have something called the slope-intercept form. So when you have y is equal to 8x plus b, and they give you 8x plus by is equal to c, and they ask you to write down as the slope-intercept form. That's the way you have to write it down. Okay. Okay. Let me give you one example by definition. Let's define this one first. So definition. The slope intercept form of the equation of the line with slope m and y intercept. And y-intercept, remember y-intercept, I teach you the y-intercept and the x-intercept in class. Y-intercept is when you have x is equal to 0. X-intercept is when you have y is equal to 0. Okay, here they say is the y-intercept. Suppose you have a point 0 and p and b. Okay, that's a y-intercept. Because if you look at here, the y is equal to 0. That's why you will have a point 0 and b is when the graph crosses the y-axis. That's the y-intercept. Okay. It's given as flowing. So you have y is equal to mx plus b. That equation is called slope-intercept form. Remember, that equation is called slope-intercept form. You have different things. Look at here. Look at our preview definition. The preview definition, that equation, the equation we have previewly, I don't know. But just that equation is called the point-intercept form. Okay, why? Because they give you the point and they ask you to find the equation. That equation is called slope-intercept form. Why? Because they give you the y-intercept, okay? And they give you the slope. Good. Example. Let me give you one example here. So example here, found, if they ask you to find the slope and y-intercept of the line with equation 4x plus 5y is equal to -10. Okay. So the way you have to do it is you have to write down the equation in slope-intercept form. That's the question they ask you. Find the slope and the y-intercept. Look at here. Look here. That's the question they ask you. Okay. So here you have this one. So you can move the 4y outside. If you subtract both sides by 4x, so you can have 5y is equals to -4x minus 10. Got it? Why? Because I subtract both sides by 4x. The 4x will cancel out on the left side. Okay? And then now you can divide both sides by 5. If you divide both sides by 5, you will end up having 5 left, y left here. And here you divide both sides by 5, you have -4 divided by 5x minus 10 divided by 5. Y is equal to -4 divided by 5x plus minus 2. Okay, you have this one. This one is your equation. And the equation is called slope-intercept form. Okay. What's a slope? The slope is nothing than -4 divided by 5. That's your slope. Is the slope. Is the equation of the slope. Okay? So here you have the y-intercept. Remember the y-intercept. Y-intercept is when you have x is equal to 0. If x is equal to 0 here, you have y-intercept is equal to -2. That's your y-intercept. It's called y-intercept. Is the y-intercept. Okay. That's it. That's the question they ask you. Okay. Now next, suppose they give you 2 points. Same way as you did previously. So they give you 2 points and they ask you to find the point-intercept form. Same way we did on the preview question. Let's see. Let's have example 2. Example. So found. Let me make it bigger. Write an equation of the line so through the point. What's that point? Is 1 and 1. And you have 2 and 4. Okay, that's the question they ask you. And they ask you then graph. And remember, I did teach you about how to graph the linear equation. But let's do it again. Then graph the line. Okay, I mean the equation, just the line. So let's do. So you have 2 points here. So first of all, you have to find the slope. Remember the slope m is equal to, write down the difference of the y-axis. is the rise over run, okay? So you have 1 minus 4 divided by 1 minus 2. Got it? Okay, here you will have negative 3 divided by negative 1 is equal to 3. The slope is 3, okay? The slope m is equal to 3. That's it. Now, they ask you to write down the equation slope. The equation slope and y-intercept is equal to y is equal to mx plus b. Got it? So since I know m, y is equal to 3x plus b. Now I have to find the b. How I found the b? You can choose either point, either one. That point or this point. Either one will work. Let's choose 1 and 1. So at the point 1 and 1, x is 1, y is 1. If x is 1, y is 1. 3 times 1 plus b, and now find the b. Now you have 1 is equal to 3 plus b. b is equal to 1 minus 3, which is negative 2. So that's mean b is equal to negative 2, and that's it. Got it? And now you can write down the slope intercept form, okay? The slope intercept form is equal to y is equal to, remember the slope here we found it as 3 is equal to 3x minus 2. That's it. And now let's graph this one now. Let's graph this one. So they ask you to graph. So let's graph this one. Okay. Let's graph that one. First of all, let's find the y-intercept. So remember the y-intercept is when you have x is equal to 0. So you have the y-intercept. If x is equal to 0, from the equation you will have y is equal to negative 2. So the point at the point 0 and negative 2, the graph will intersect the y-axis. You got it? So go down to negative 2. Here is negative 1, negative 2, and plug the point. So you know at that point the graph will, the line will pass on that point. Got it? So you just need 2 points. When you have to graph any linear equation, you don't have to search 2 or 3 points. You just need 2 points, okay? So you have y-intercept. Now let's choose any point. Now you have your 1 point. Let's choose any point. So you can choose, if x is equal to 1, right? If x is equal to 1, what do you have here? Replace x by 1, you have y is equal to 3 minus 1, which 3 minus 2, which is 1. So you have another point, 1 and 1. If x is 1, y is 1, so you have another point here. So now you know the graph will be like that. We'll pass by the 2 points here. That's your equation, okay? And the equation is y is equal to 3x minus 2. Got it? That's it. That's it. And that's the only question they keep asking you, to find the equation of the line, slope intercept equation. So now let's do the equation of the vertical line. So we already done it in class also. An equation of the horizontal line. Okay. Definition. So by definition, an equation of the line, of the vertical line through through the point, let's call that point 8 and B, is x is equal to 8. An equation of the horizontal line through the point 8 and B is y is equal to b. So what does it mean? Look at here. The equation of the vertical line through that point is when you have y is equal to 8. Where is the b? Ask yourself, where is the b? Same thing as the equation of the horizontal line is when you have y is equal to 0. No, it's when you have y is equal to a constant number. That's it. That's your equation. I will tell you later where is x. Okay. So let's graph first the equation of the line. So the vertical line, it will look like this. So here is your equation of the vertical line. Vertical line. Here is the equation of the vertical line is x, for example, is equal to -3. If 8 is equal to -3, so you have your vertical line is equal to x is equal to -3. So that's the way you have to graph. Just go down to -3 and then draw the straight line parallel to the y-axis passing by that point. Okay. Now the horizontal line, let's call that one horizontal line, which is here. Let's pick any point. It doesn't have to be always the x is equal to 0 and go down. No, you can pick any point. Let's pick y is equal to something. Y is equal to -3. Because those points can belong to the line, okay? Y is equal to -3. Y is equal to -3. And draw the line parallel to the x-axis. And that line is called horizontal line. And make sure you draw the arrow both sides. If you not draw the arrow, it's wrong. I will give you 0. Make sure you draw the arrow, okay? So that's mean the line is infinite. Okay, it's not limited, it's infinite. So you have your horizontal. Here, this one is called the horizontal line. The equation is called horizontal line. Okay, it's called horizontal line. Horizontal line with the y is equal to -3. That's it. You just have to know the definition and you should be good to go. Now, if you have, for example, two equations, if you have two lines and the two lines are parallel, so that means they should have the same slope. Okay. If you have the two lines, by definition, so you have to remember that definition is a very strong definition. If you have two distinct no vertical line are parallel, if and only if they have the same slope. Got it? If they have the same slope, then they are parallel. Now, another definition, which is a strong one also. So you have to remember and know those definitions. It will help you to do your exercise. Two vertical lines, two lines, neither of which is vertical are perpendicular now. Are perpendicular if and only if. If and only if you multiply the slope, you will have a negative 1. If and only if there's of the slope have a product of negative 1. Example. Let me give you one example. I don't know if I can give you an example, but know that if you have a, okay, just let me give you one example here. Example. Let's do some examples so it will be easy for you to do the exercise. Write an equation of in both. Write an equation in both slope intercept and a standard form. Remember, the standard form is just ax plus by is equal to c. And standard form. And remember, the standard form is 8x plus by is equal to c. That's the standard form, okay? I say it in class, and I wrote it in class, and we went over. After line that pass through the point of 3 and 5. Okay. And satisfy the given function or the given condition. So you have 8. 8 you have parallel to the line 2x plus 5y is equal to 4. B is perpendicular to the line 2x plus 5y is equal to 4. Okay, you have this one. So now we can write down as a standard form both of them. So if you write down the standard form for the first one, you can have 2x. You know you have 2x plus 5y is equal to 4. So then you can have y is equal to 5y is equal to negative 2x plus 4. Okay. Then y is equal to negative 2 over 5x plus 4 divided by 5. Okay, you have the equation which looks like this. So here you can tell the slope. The slope here, the slope is negative 2 over 5. That's it. That's a slope. Okay? So now if you look at the other one, the next one, if you look at the second one, which is the B, it will be the same thing. So then for the first one and the second one are parallel. Got it? Same thing will apply the next one. That line and this line are parallel. No matter what 2 will looks, even here you have 3. Look at here, even you have 3 here, and here you have 0. The slope, it will be the same. Got it? The slope will be the same. Remember, by definition, if they have the same slope, then for the 2 lines are parallel. Okay? The first one, the slope is this one. The second one, the slope is the second one. Look at the second one. Here is 8. Here is 8. The second one, you have a B. The second one, you have 5y is equal to. Here is 3, by the way. Here is 3. Here is 3. Here is 3. So here is 2. Here is 2. The slope. So the second one, you will have y is equal to negative 2x. So then for y is equal to negative 2 over 5x. So here the slope m is equal to negative 2 over 5. So that you see they have the same slope. So if they have the same slope, that means the 2 lines are parallel. If the product of the 2 slope is equal to negative 1, then for they are perpendicular. Remember that one. Same slope is parallel. Product of two slope is equal to negative 1. That means they are perpendicular. Got it? Good. Okay. So now I will let you do your exercise, and I will post it right now. And please go over and check the notes. It will be easy for you to figure out. Okay. And at the same time, I will post the exercise. It will be due next Monday. It will be due on Tuesday. So just on 2.2. Here the chapter is 2.5. Don't forget, it's 2.5. Today is 17. We should do 2.5. 19, we will do 2.6 and 2.7. Don't forget. Okay. Thank you, guys.